let's talk about saying yes. So years and years ago, there's so many books that have been written about if you really want to be successful, have boundaries. If you really want to be successful, say no to things. If you really want to have a happy, healthy life, right? It's about saying no. It's about saying no to everything. And I don't know if I'm right or wrong. My life has worked pretty well where I am, but I've had a different philosophy. I've had a different experience. I've had a different feeling about that forever. And so I've always said my job is to say yes to everything. My job is to say yes to everything. My job is not to do everything that I say yes to. And I've always been a very good delegator, even at the very beginning of my business. But my job is to say yes to everything I can. Now, there are some obvious no's. There's just things that aren't you don't want to do. There's things that you don't have to do it or you don't need to do it. But I'm not talking about those obvious no's. I'm talking about all the opportunities and the things that maybe you're not sure about. All of the things that you go, it seems like an opportunity. And especially in the beginning, I said yes to everything. Now, I would figure out what the priorities were. I would figure out what I should do versus what somebody else should do. But I didn't see a way or a path to messing up saying yes. And I don't think most people, especially if you're just starting out, can mess up saying yes. I don't see a way that you won't get some value out of every single experience. And so I see so many people say no to things. I see so many people just not take on opportunities at all. I see so many people I have to maintain balance and I have to have boundaries. And yes, you have to have boundaries. And yes, everybody has to figure out what's right for them. But if you're truly hungry and obsessed with growing a business, and one of the things I teach in my business acceleration masterminds is obsession. And if you're not a little obsessed, this is hard for you. This is going to be a challenge for you. You're going to be easily distracted. You're going to be easily pulled off course. And so in that obsession, that yes and that saying yes is really going to get you opportunities and results, right? Most of the time people aren't saying yes because it is scary, right? It is risky. I was working with someone today in the business acceleration mastermind, and she is awesome and wonderful, and she has a rocking business, and she's like, I'm willing to take risks. I'm willing to take risks. And I'm like, I was kind of uncovering from her how I could show her that she really wasn't willing to take risks. And we can convince ourselves that we're willing to take risks, but the way you know that you are really open to taking risks is you go, I'm a yes to everything. I'm a yes to everything that is within my values. I'm a yes to everything that looks as if it's an opportunity, even though I don't know what the end result is. I'm a yes to everything that isn't out of my integrity. And if you did that for 3 months, if you did that for 6 months, you would not recognize your life. You wouldn't recognize your life. And so I wonder what you're not saying yes to because you are afraid. I'm wondering what you're not saying yes to because you're worried you can't pull it off. I'm wondering what you're not saying yes to because you go, what if I get too busy? What if I get overwhelmed? So what if you do? The worst thing in the world is that you're busy. The worst thing in the world is that you don't get it perfect. The worst thing in the world is that you don't get it right? So the question is, how often are you avoiding, or you're not saying yes, or you're not stepping up, or you're not stepping in? And it all has to do with the fact that you simply aren't saying yes. Like, to say yes to everything for 90 days, it's temporary, guys. It's not forever, and you're not a hostage, and you don't have to do it for the rest of your life if you don't like it. But in the time that we're living in the world that we're living in, and the challenges that we're facing, and the opportunities that are present, and the silver linings that we can find, and the issues that that maybe present itself, the worst thing you could do is do nothing or say no. The worst thing you could do is do nothing or say no. Excuse me. It is in the yes that there may be possibility. It is in the yes that there may be an opportunity.